I'm Phoebe Chong-Chua. You're watching the PlantBasedDiet.com, exercising your abs without ever doing a sit-up. How's that possible?
I was so excited because I thought I never have to do another crunch again. I never have to do another sit-up again.
We explore Pilates and what that 100-year-old exercise can do for you. Also, celebrities like Jane Seymour and Michael Dorn talk about how they keep fit on the plant-based diet, and a mouth-watering recipe that will make you fall in love with plant-based eating. Also, organic gardens on your balcony, even in small places, they're possible. Plus, a Phoebe's Pick restaurant that brings your taste buds to life. It's all to help you keep fit and live fit on the PlantBasedDiet.com.
Hi, this is Michael Dorn, Worf, Star Trek, Next Generation, and I support the plant-based diet.
What if you could firm your abs and get a lean body without ever doing another crunch?
The opening for me came with releasing all my preconceived notions about what I was supposed to do, how it all worked, what I was supposed to be, what exercise was all about out there. And I just truly got the principles in their purity and their simplicity, and I said, I'm going to practice that.
We go inside Pilates of North County to talk with Donna Parsons on how to keep fit using a 100-year-old exercise routine.
What we're trying to do, and what Pilates is very, very successful at doing, is cutting down the amount of physical activity or physical exercises you actually have to do in order to get the benefits of what you're doing. This is a mind-body discipline that we're talking about. And you know, I know that that term is very common now, and it's been thrown around a lot without proper definition. It's very simple. You create an atmosphere around the exercise that allows you to feel what's actually happening. And for a lot of people, that's very difficult. This practice of breathing when we're doing Pilates follows you out the door. You should be able to take it out the door. You should be able to breathe in without letting your stomach go. You should be able to exhale, and automatically after practicing Pilates for a while, your breath cues your abdominals. So, and I was fascinated by this when I first started really exploring the system. When you cue the breath, when you connect the breath into a support system for your body, it's all done. It's all automatic. The breathing, you have to breathe. You have no choice. You have to breathe. So the inhale, you're not letting your stomach muscles go. You're exhaling. That exhale pulls in what you just lost. This is a kind of a nice way to find the breath, to find that opening in your back. Your lungs basically don't live down here. They live up here, okay? Right up here. We don't want to do chest breathing. We don't want to lift while we're breathing, but we want to expand the lungs through the back. So if you just take your body just kind of gently over your knees and relax over, and then taking a big deep breath in through your nose, you're going to feel that breath expanding right through the sides and the back of the rib cage here, because you're kind of collapsed over onto your abdominals, so they can't really let go. So I'm just going to relax as much as I can. So, I don't know whether you were able to see my back expanding when I was breathing in. I could really feel it expanding right through my upper back. The abdominals control the spine. The abdominals hold us up, but you know, this is one exercise, an example of using the springs and a wooden bar to create the support so that you can actually mobilize your spine and use those abdominals all the way down and lengthen out, and then using them back up again. So some of the spring is pulling me up, but I'm also resisting it. I'm pulling in with my abdominals to create that structure around my spine. So I'm starting from that lifted position, drawing those shoulders down, trying to be as correct as I can in my posture, and now I can use the breath. we can do lots of mobilization in other dimensions, just doing circles around. This feels really good. Letting the spine just move with support from underneath. So I'm holding my stomach in, not letting it go. It's supporting me, which makes the movement a lot easier, a lot more controlled, a lot more centered. And my body is fluid. I can do movement now that's supported from the center.
Celebrities make keeping fit look so easy. How do they have these amazing bodies? What's their secret? Let's find out. People are going to want to know, how do you stay looking so fantastic?
I don't know.
It just comes naturally.
No, my whole family's fat, trust me. The regular size of my family member is big. I love to dance. I dance a little bit. Mostly I do Pilates, gyrotonics, and I try to get some cardio in. I'm really bad about it. And we grow organic food at home, and we eat, fruits and vegetables from the garden.
Right.
Almost no red meat.
You know what, Phoebe? In the 70s, when I first came in, there was no training. I have to be honest. I'm a baseball guy. There was no training. I played football and I played basketball, and you did a lot of hard work in those sports. Baseball was like a day off. We didn't do anything. There was no weightlifting because that we were supposed to get muscle bound, and then that was no good. So it wasn't until later on that I started to learn about my body and what the heck I needed to do. I'm in better shape now, certainly what I put in my body, than when I was 23 years old. We just didn't know.
So tell me about what you put in your body. Tell me about a little bit about your diet. What type of diet do you follow?
I'm a high protein guy. If I eat carbs, I eat them early in the day. A lot of fruits and vegetables, more meals than not. I try not to have one big meal. I try to have a bunch of small ones. I do cardio at least 5 times a week. I play golf. I'd love to play tennis. I still try to do that. I quit hoops a while back, but I'm a pretty active guy. So I got to feed the fuel.
You look great. Thanks for
Thanks,
being
Phoebe.
with us. I didn't think I'd see the day that this would be happening, and I did have a fitness segment in San Diego for 10 years, but here I am with 2 female wrestlers. All right, now you don't look like wrestlers. You're
Looks
beautiful
can be very
ladies.
deceiving.
Yes, they can.
How did you get involved in this?
Well, actually, Vince McMahon was looking for twins, and he found us in LA at our agency, and he realized that Nikki and I not only were involved in entertainment, but we came from an athletic background. We were huge soccer players, so.
It was our calling to kick butt and look good doing it.
Right on. Put it here.
Yes.
Do you enjoy this?
Oh my gosh.
It's become our passion. It's
Yeah.
just, we get to perform in front of huge crowds, and the energy is just absolutely amazing. And we're huge in 145 countries, and we just love our fans. They're so supportive.
Yeah, we get paid to see the world and perform doing it at the same time, so it's like a dream job.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. So what a lot of women will want to know, well, and men too, is how do you keep fit?
Well, we're addicted to yoga. We love yoga. We do it a lot on our off days. I also have a thing that we call Bella Boot Camp, and I do 300 abs every night. Whether I go to the gym or not, I always do 300 abs, 20 squats, 20 lunges, 20 push-ups. That is no matter what. Buzzed, sober, starving, full, it doesn't matter.
Yes. And also we make sure we get our cardio in. We try to at least do 30 minutes a day, if not 2 hours. I mean, it all depends where we're at, what city, country, even at home. But to get at least 30 minutes, whether it's walking or running or something.
Health at theplantbaseddiet.com.
I was diagnosed with an early stage of prostate cancer. And I was almost a vegetarian then. I was heading that direction. But what pushed me over the edge was the doctor who did the diagnosis said, in discussion about prostate cancer, he said he's never seen a vegetarian with prostate cancer. And this is not a like a holistic doctor. This is like a regular mainstream doctor. And I was just blown away. And I said, really? And he's a guy that's an older gentleman, so he's seen thousands of prostates. And that spurred me to go on the internet, and really take a good look. I was already eating very healthy, but that really pushed me over the edge. And the one thing that I learned is that vegans don't eat processed food. And one of the big processed foods that's like terrible for you is sugar, because sugar feeds cancer cells. You cut out sugar, cancer cells don't have the food to grow. And in some cases it'll reverse and stop the growth. I run into people all the time that say, I can't do it, or it's too difficult, or I really need meat. And I just say, look, it really is not difficult, it's just different. I mean, you have to go into a shop a different way. You have to look at the packaging. You have to pay attention to what goes in it, and be careful. And that just takes a little more time, but it's not hard.
What were the top foods that you were eating that maybe you said, I'm not going to eat this anymore?
All meat, white rice, sugar. Even when I was a vegetarian, I'd have a cup of coffee in the morning with 3 packets of sugar. And also, interestingly enough, if you look at ketchup, in a tablespoon of ketchup, there's 3 grams of sugar. So I cut that out.
How did that improve your health?
2 things. I lost the weight because I was up at 236 and I went down to about 190. And also, it slowed the growth of the prostate cancer that I had. And also, your body, your organs, everything start working better. And the body's an amazing thing. It will start to regenerate itself within about 7 years. Your body will be totally clean. And I know it sounds a little ethereal, but I feel it. I just feel a lot healthier. When I went on to my vegan diet, people were just up in arms with me about, you gotta have protein. You need a lot of protein. You don't, You need some, but plant-based protein is the best way.
See more celebrity interviews and learn how to improve and maintain your health at theplantbaseddiet.com.
Hey, we give a quick shout out and a thank you to the Charlotte 49ers for the shirt. We love the fact that it's green. Good luck to you in your season this year.
Makawao, it's a really cute, historical little town. It used to be full of cowboys and all kinds of paniellos, and now it's kind of settled into a really cute shopping destination. There are lots of little great restaurants and fun things to buy.
The town is nestled in upcountry Maui near the highways 390 and 365 on the way to Hana. The Live Fit magazine and films crew visited Makawao over the Memorial Day holiday. We traveled about 90 minutes to get here from the Kaanapali area, where we were staying at the Honua Kai Resort and Spa. The drive is picturesque, and you'll want your camera nearby every second. You won't want to miss this quaint area, and you absolutely must stop in at Polly's. The landmark Mexican restaurant has been open for decades, and when you taste the authentic Mexican cuisine, you'll understand why.
It's been open for 30 years now. It's actually about the exact same age I am. Polly's birthday and my birthday are a couple months apart, and I've been coming here since I was a little girl, and it's always been a really popular family restaurant for everybody who lives in this area, and lots of tourists come up and visit as well. It's always had really delicious food, nice atmosphere, just a fun place to be. It's nice and relaxed. The veggie taco mix is delicious, and I'm not a vegetarian, but most of the time that I'm at work, I actually end up eating a vegetarian meal because it's just so good. It's so easy to eat something that's fresh and healthy and delicious when it's actually just as delicious, or not, if not more so, than adding meat to the diet. The taco mix is made with soy protein. It's seasoned with taco mix, taco spices, olives, onions, and garlic. We use fresh island vegetables as much as we can, fresh tomatoes, lettuce.
But this is what brings lots of people into Polly's. Go through baskets of those?
Barrels. Yeah. The salsa is made fresh every single day, and usually there's a lovely lady named Cappy who comes in early in the morning and chops all the fresh ingredients and puts it all together. The chips are a mix of flour and corn tortillas, and they're also made fresh daily.
The guacamole is a must-order item. It's creamy and excellent with the out-of-this-world salsa and on the entrees.
Polly was the original owner, and she designed the menu. She was a vegetarian, so the menu is primarily vegetarian based. And when Tim took over, he didn't change the menu, he didn't take any of the vegetarian options off, and he kept the salsa the same and the guacamole, and I think that's why people keep coming back here over and over again. They know that they're going to get the same delicious food that they've been getting for 30 years. Well, the margaritas are also fantastic for people who are interested, so it's also good to try. Most of the population ends up here in Polly's almost every week. I see the same local people, same regular customers.
And that's what makes Polly's Cantina in Makawao, Maui a Phoebe's pick on theplantbaseddiet.com. Today we're whipping up 3-bean chili. It's an excellent recipe and we're using some edible ocean plant, seaweed. You'll see how this, mostly used in Japanese dishes, comes into play in this dish. The recipe comes from the Whole Life Nutrition Cookbook. It's called 3-bean chili, and we're actually going to modify it just slightly, but it's basically taken from that book. We're adding about 4 to 5 cups of water. We're going to add 1 cup of pinto beans, 1 cup of kidney beans, and the black beans. With the kombu, you want to wet it first, and then you want to lightly pat it, but don't remove any of the white residue. That's actually salt, and then you can drop it into the pot. So we're going to let the beans and the kombu simmer for about an hour and a half, or at least until the beans are soft. For the 3-bean chili, when you make the sauce, you're going to start with the olive oil, put in about a tablespoon over medium heat, then add 1 large onion and saute that for 5 minutes. You're going to then add crushed garlic. You want about 4 cloves of it, unless you're garlic lovers like us, then you can add a little bit more. You want to add sliced carrots, 4 large carrots, and 1 whole chopped green bell pepper. So now we have the onion, the olive oil, the garlic, the carrots, the bell pepper. Now we're going to add some spices. 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, tablespoon of chili pepper, tablespoon of cumin, and I like to add a little bit of rosemary. All right, we're going to cook it up for about 3 minutes, and then you're going to be adding it to the beans once they're soft enough. You're going to be adding diced tomatoes and about a 12-ounce can of tomato sauce, and I used to hate opening cans until I found this guy. Isn't that great? I love how he shakes his butt, and watch this. The lid comes off perfectly. Now add 1 can of tomato sauce into the vegetables. You're going to let it simmer until the beans are soft. Then add the vegetable mixture along with the diced tomatoes. Cook over medium heat a bit more and serve over rice or with a salad. Enjoy! Thanks for tuning in to theplantbaseddiet.com. Live in an apartment or a condo and think you can't have a garden to select veggies and herbs to use in your cooking? Think again.
Our company is Urban Plantations, and we install and design edible landscaping in the city. So what we do is we go to people's homes and install vegetable gardens for them and teach them how to grow food at their own homes. We also do a lot of balcony gardening here in Little Italy because a lot of people don't have much space. So we'll go to their homes and put in like a fruit tree in a big pot and maybe plant herbs around it, and then they have something to have fresh when they come home from work. It takes a little bit more effort because this is a plant that is actually giving something to you. It takes a little bit more effort than a palm tree in a pot. You have to give it a little bit more water and care with organic fertilizers maybe once a week, because in pots the water will leach out a lot of the things that a plant needs, so you have to keep feeding them. Oh yeah, bar gardens. It's a great way to have fresh fruit and herbs and things for your bar. Lime tree. If you've had a fresh lime off your lime tree, you'll never want anything else. But we plant them with, say, mint, so you can have mojitos, or some basil, so you can have a martini. And bar gardens are really fun. I think you could probably get a fruit tree and some herbs on a balcony for about $100.
I'm Phoebe Chong-Chua. That's it for the Plant-Based Diet. Remember, if you're putting it on your plate, keep it green to keep fit and live fit. See you next time.
Plant-based protein is the best way.
See more celebrity interviews and learn how to improve and maintain your health at theplantbaseddiet.com.